Well, Indians are flying high, and a lot of Indian-born CEOs are taking the global center stage. One such name to actually join that bandwagon is now Shailesh Jejurikar. He's become the CEO at Procter & Gamble. And you know what? He's got a very, very strong India connect. He's the brother of Rajesh Jejurikar from Mahindra & Mahindra. How does it feel, brother going places?
Yeah, of course, one can only be happy about this, Aisha. So, Procter & Gamble is one of those companies which has always been very aspirational for all of us coming out of B school and so on and so forth. So, to get into a company like that and then in India and then to work your way up to become the CEO in January 26, I think is something we all as of his family feel really good about. But also I think every Indian today, as we are picking up from the sentiment, is really feeling proud that an Indian could get there.
Absolutely. But what's it with the brothers? What's been the magic sauce? M&M, P&G, any more? Or just the two of you?
We're just two of us.
Okay. No, but really, what were the growing up years like? I really wanted to understand. How is it that two brothers here from India reach that kind of milestone, M&M and, of course, P&G?
I think there's no one answer to this, right? But if one was to think about what is it that the growing up years bring to us, and I would kind of underline 2-3 things. And I'm saying this more because, I think we are now at a stage in our life where many young people can learn out of what we've gone through. And especially I see today's generation being so obsessed and parents being so obsessed with academics as the one single metric on which they want to evaluate their kids. And for us, it was always, about holistic growth, do sports. So we spent a lot of time playing, having fun, going out, and even through our college years. And academics was never the overriding thing. And in fact, it's I'll share that both of us are very average in academics, so all the way through.
Really?
Yeah. And
you're actually
this is
confessing that on national television.
I'm actually saying that we were both very, very average in school. So, because we spent a lot of time doing other things. I mean, he used to play cricket for Hyderabad Public School, and I used to do athletics at Andhra state level when we were in Hyderabad. So we spent a lot of time, doing that. I mean, like when I was in my 11th and 12th studying, I was doing 4 hours of athletics a day, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. I used to literally sleep through class. So because you had worked out 2 hours in the morning and you're going to start again at 5 in the evening. So, but I think all of this led to more holistic growth where, you learn in a way you never realize it then, but you're learning leadership, relationships, all of that by being and doing different things. And of course, having fun. We had lots of fun all through college and hostel.
Yeah. So life lessons more important than just textbooks is what you're saying.
And I think from our parents, because I think they play a very important role, it has always been about values, ethics, growing up the right way with a lot of care and connection.
So what were the early years like? Where was your preschool, school, college, till the time you and Shailesh were together?
We were together till, for a large part of our childhood, so till we were 17. And my father used to work with ICI, which is the Imperial Chemical Industries of that time. And we grew up in a colony life, which is now in Thana Belapur Road, which is very beautiful. But it was, you were basically self-contained there. And and of course there were no phones and televisions in that era. And there used to be a television in the club, so we were allowed to see a Sunday movie for 1 hour. That was the only exposure to television that was allowed. And the rest of the time you were playing and you were with kids and all of that. And I almost see that having disappeared in today's generation. This concept of just go and hang out and play. It has all become so competitive. So we kind of grew up, playing around and playing, and hence actively pursuing sports. So, tennis, badminton, table tennis, swimming, everything. So we had it all in our colony. So we grew up in that kind of a life. Then we went to Hyderabad, and that wasn't a colony life, but it was a very closed ecosystem, and the school had a lot. So out of that, and then coincidentally, I went to Elphinstone and stayed in the Elphinstone College
Mumbai,
hostel on Marine Drive, which was the best years of my life, honestly.
I can imagine.
And he saw that and followed me in exactly the same. So the year I finished college and hostel, he was 3 years behind. So he came in and went into the same hostel and lived the same fun life for 3 years before. Of course, then we went to business schools and we were on our own paths. But even when he started working and was the years he was in India, they always lived in Bandra, where we used to live. So we were very close through those years as well.
So he's always been the younger brother who's followed in the elder brother's footsteps.
Yeah, except that I was the one who was bullied by most places, and he used to fight for me. So it was actually the other way around.
You know, the younger ones are always smarter and
Yes,
stronger.
absolutely.
It's played out in my house as well. But what I wanted to understand also was, when is it that the sporty, hangout, fun-loving boys finally decided that, you know what, we got to build something out of our careers, or life just happened? I mean, from Elphinstone, how did the jump to B schools happen for both of you, you and Shailesh?
You mean, how did we get in? In spite
Not
of what
just get in, but you know, who directed you to that? Or you knew that this is what you wanted to do, all the fun and frolic was fine, but yes, now it's time to make our careers. When did that realization come?
No, I don't think we were, at least I'm now talking for myself, but even for him, I don't think we were irresponsible about the fact that we wanted to be something.
No.
And you know, there was fun in our life, but there was also we've got to make it. I mean, and we had grown up in a life where we had grown up with, you know, people who were in the corporate world, because we had lived in. So there was definitely that thing that, you know, we've got to make it. So in all the fun, you've got to still find time to make sure that you do enough to get in to where you have to. So I don't think there's too much of flippancy, I would say, but I think once you get into B school, that's when then
there's no looking back.
I mean, that's one era in your life. Then from there on, you know you're in the race.
So did he follow you to the B school too? Which one did you go to?
No, so he went to IIM Lucknow, and I had got into SPJN because that's the only place I got in, honestly. And he got into IIM Lucknow and SPJN. Okay. And he almost came to SPJN, but I think he finally chose IIM Lucknow and went to IIM Lucknow.
Right. So what were the early memories of you and him like? Since you were the elder one, he came in 3 years.
He's the younger one.
You're the elder one. That's what I said. Yes, you're the elder one. He's the younger one. What were the early memories like? What is it that you remember, the first memory of Shailesh and you?
So there isn't one memory you've grown up together. So we were almost like, because even though we were brothers, we were almost like friends, because we were in a small colony, and the ecosystem was only those who were living in the colony, which was some 30-40 families. So, the memories have always been around playing sports together. That's the one thing we used to do. So every holiday.
Any anecdote?
No, so literally we would start morning 6 o'clock, go play tennis, then play badminton, then go and play table tennis, and then go and swim. Like 4 hours in a row on a holiday through vacations. It would be about sports. So we were very immersed into sports at that time.
But you know, when one is younger, and especially sibling who's more like a best friend, you always have dreams. You always talk about, you know, when I grow older, this is what I would become. Did you ever have that conversation, both of you?
No.
Ever think where life would take you? Never?
I don't think that was an era where we used to overthink all this. You know, we grew up in that era where, I mean, you go with the flow, and of course the thing that those days was to do engineering or medical. I mean, if you were going to be doing anything worthwhile in perception of most people, it was like you're either going to do engineering, doctor engineer era, right? So I don't think either of us got. I had tried for engineering, I didn't get in anywhere. And I think by then he realized it's not even worth trying for engineering, so he just followed me to do BA. So both of us did BA, I did Eco-Stats, Eco. So we just went that path of least resistance, so to say.
So where was the celebration when he took over the helm at P&G? Have you met him after that?
Not after it's announced, so he'll be here in a few weeks, and that's when it is. But yeah, but he was here a couple of weeks back too.
Great.
But that wasn't out. News wasn't out.
Of course. Great. Congratulations. And proud brother you must be.
Absolutely. Proud Indian, I would say.
Proud Indian. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your time
Thank you,
today.
Aisha.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.